Yes, guys, and welcome to another episode of the Ghostoul Podcast. It's been a while. Unfortunately, it's just how it is sometimes. Life can throw you curveballs. Life can get in the way. Sometimes it's a good thing, not always a bad thing. But yeah, so we are back tonight. Obviously, I have not advertised this very well, basically about an hour ago. It was sort of a last minute thing that I've been meaning to do for quite a while now, to be fair. It's been a while in the making. Things that I wanted to talk about within the paranormal. Is it still worth doing? That is what we're going to discuss today. Is it still worth doing? Am I going to carry on with it? Is there too much pressure, etc., to provide evidence? But we'll go through that as the show goes along. But yes, so anybody that's coming on live, thank you very much. Make sure you let me know who you are. We have a chat. Let me know in the comments. People on catch up, again, leave your comments, your thoughts, etc. as we go along in the video. That would be awesome. I'd like to firstly also thank all my recent members that have joined the channel. Really appreciate it very, very, very much. It's great for your support to continue. Lots of members only videos are on the channel now, and I've sort of got a routine going when I go out investigating what's going to happen and where the videos will be coming from. So yes, you can join the memberships. If not, it's all good. Hi Carl, hope you are good, sir. Hi, yeah, keep going. Yes, I will. We'll discuss that. Good morning, Tracy. How are you? All the way from Australia. Hope you're well. Hope you're good. Hope the sun is shining. We had sun today, Tracy. Woohoo! Digging graves in my jumper. No more coat, no more fleece. It was brilliant today. What the weather will be like tomorrow, who knows? With the UK, it's a bit crazy. Yes, so wow, lots of views, 33 views already. Oh my god, what's going on? Let me know who you guys are, and we can have a chat. 67. This is it's a bit weird. 67 views. Wow, 67 live people. That's awesome. Yes. So ghost hunting, is it still worth doing? Is it worth continuing, or has it faded out? Has the passion gone? That is what we're going to talk about. Obviously, I had a 4-month break, really. Hi, Lawson. Hope you're good. Thanks for joining this evening. So 4 months break after Halloween. I just didn't want to do it. The passion was gone. C&D, hello. Hope you're good. Thank you for joining me. Nice to see you. Yeah, so the passion wasn't gone. I rushed. Well, I didn't rush. I filmed so much content for Halloween all throughout October, and it's just, did I have burnout? I don't know. SK, hope you're good, man. Thanks for joining, mate. Hold on, I have to go restroom. Okay, not a problem. You can watch this and catch up. Yes, it was. Can I make you mod? I don't know who you are. Jesus is Lord. Hallelujah. Is this lots of random people? Has someone spammed this somewhere that I'm getting people that I've never heard of or seen on here before? Not that I'm not bothered. But yeah, it's a bit strange. But yes, so after Halloween, I had lots of opportunities to go out filming. was not interested, did not want to do it, did not want to go ghost hunting. I had no interest whatsoever in going out in the cold, in the dark, talking to walls, and yeah, it wasn't for me. I did have to wonder, am I ever going to come back? Am I going to carry on? Am I going to continue? Elliot, how are you, mate? Hope you're good. Thanks for joining. Lawson's back. Hey. So yeah, what made me in that position? What made me come to this conclusion? Is it worth doing anymore? Ghosts can take your energy. They can. They can very much so. But at the time, I wasn't really doing anything paranormal wise. Quick hi pal, busy editing our new video. Hope you're good, Miki. Yes, John, I am, mate. Watch this on catch up tomorrow. There you go. So where was I? Who's comments? Yeah, so there was I just didn't want to do it. And I did think, shall I just give up and just not come back? Because I've been doing it for 17 years. And I never thought that my time would come that I would actually finish and just not bother. You know me well, gets through work. Cheers, mate. But I had opportunities to film some great episodes, and it started around New Year time. Obviously, in the Dole Forest, as some of you may have seen the video that came out a couple of weeks ago, and that video has done really well. So thank you everyone for watching that, sharing it. It was such a weird occasion going into Salty Forest and finding those dolls. I think there was 14 of them tied to trees. It was not what we were expecting. Me and Mark, we went there looking for a different area of Salty Forest. And as we were on the way there, we actually found the dolls, obviously, as you saw in the video. Now, I don't know if anyone's been back. I haven't seen any online pictures or videos about it. So it was a bit strange. So, but yeah, it was good. And that sort of, it brought my passion back, if that makes sense. Lawson's mum's at work. Well done. That's all good. It's just, I really was going to give up. Honestly, I was thinking about selling all my equipment, selling my cameras. But then something that Dole Forest video, it definitely made me think, right, I can carry on with this. It's not going to be the same. Do I want to carry on filming the same content? Do I want to carry on just filming the same type of videos, or do I want to change it up? Do I want to carry on? Do I want to change how I film, where I film, the people I film with? Is it going to change? And I thought, well, there's opportunities there. Lawson's off school. So I thought, fuck it, I'll carry on. That was basically the idea. Middle of January, when I was editing the video, I'd lost all the passion to film. I just, I couldn't be asked. The passion for editing. It takes so long to edit a paranormal video. It's stupidly long. But yeah, has the passion gone for me? It had. It had gone. I think it's back. I've been out filming, I think 2 or 3 times since. And I've had some great locations recently. The video out tomorrow, 8 p.m, Houghton House in Ampthill in Bedfordshire. Now this video is pretty good. Nothing major happens. And that's okay. We don't have to go around faking all this evidence, faking these videos, because you see a lot of videos recently about the paranormal from people like Beardo, Seg, excuse me, and they're all talking about how you should investigate. Now, Beardo watches a couple of my videos, and shout out to Beardo. I watched your podcast on with Justin yesterday, and it was good. I enjoyed it, but sometimes I think the paranormal is judged too much. It's depending on how you investigate. Now, before, back in the day, you had people like Most Wanted would just throw shit around, and then you had Taps that was really boring, and then you had Ghost Adventures that was fun. It was exciting. They used equipment. It seemed like it was definitely the way to go. So that's sort of how I started. But I did start using techniques from Taps. SK, at least you're real. Miki, keep going, mate. Cheers, man. Appreciate that. It's I always loved the gadgets. Now, like the spirit boxes, the Alice boxes, REM pods, K2s, motion sensors, all that sort of stuff. Now, recently, it's more of a case of it seems cool, or the thing to do is not to use any equipment at all. Now, when I use the equipment, I don't say it's paranormal. Oh my god, a ghost just told me through a spirit box. A ghost told me on a REM pod. Now, I know how REM pods work. They can be set off by lots of things. Taxis, CB radios, walkie-talkies, anything can set these off from quite far distance as well. So even if you're in a building on your own, if a lorry's driving down the road at a certain distance, it can still set them off. So I'm not stupid. I know how equipment works. Tracy, your passion is too strong, Mickey, and you doing all those videos last year in yourself, you would have been content and not realize you need a break. I know I was just rushing through everything, Tracy, trying to film as many as I could, so it's all good. Hello, Logan. Hope you're good. So yeah, the equipment. I haven't really used that much equipment anymore, which I used to. I used to use so much. That's all I ever used when I was with UK Haunted. It seemed to work because I was on TV. So, does that matter? Does that make a difference? Not really. But Mark Williams, hello, big man. You love what you do and it shows, mate. Yes, Mark is my 2026 man so far. We've been out filming 4 times at some great locations and produced some great videos. So obviously the Dole Forest, Mark was with me then. Houghton House, Mark was with me then. And we'll get on to the 3rd place very, very shortly. But yeah, the equipment, it seems if you use equipment, you're fake. Well, I found it fun. I was not finding ghost hunting fun last year when I was filming so much. And the break really helped me, I think. It made me realize, oh, this is cool. When you get certain things on certain bits of equipment. Now, I'm not saying all equipment is real. I know how spirit boxes work. I know that they have radio bleed and they scan frequencies. And, it's just the words of radio coming through. Sometimes it's not. Certain spirit boxes, you hear the radio bleed, but you also hear the voices in between the stations. Now, obviously, ghosts and spirits do not have voice boxes. So the white noise, the background sounds, that is the voice box that these need. The spirits, they need the energy, they need the frequency to jump on, to use as a voice box to give their sound. Yeah, dolls, fuck that, never again. Mark doesn't want to go back to the doll forest then. I'm going to have to go back at some point to see if they're there. I want to go in the daytime and see if I can find them. But yeah, spirit boxes, fucking love them. Always love spirit boxes, but I use a direct link now, which is similar to a spirit box, but basically there's a bit on the back where you put your finger on and you become the antenna because the signal is stronger because it goes through your body. So I love using that. Alice box I use. See, Elliot has a direct link. I think Elliot was the first one in the UK that I know of to get a direct link, and I got mine last summer. Fucking banging, Elliot. They're amazing. Absolutely love him. I first used mine at Shepton Mallet Prison last July. It was July, actually. Yeah, July. Wow. Got some great voices in the cells coming through. So, okay, I'll hold your hand in the forest. Direct link is amazing. It is, mate. It's crazy. And the fact you are the antenna, you are the aerial, you are the power for this device. For me, I love that. I think that's fucking brilliant. People don't like spirit boxes. People think they're a load of shit. Well, that's your choice. Just because I use them does not mean I'm fake. So that's how I look at it anyway. Loads of people use different bits of equipment. People use REM pods still. Doesn't I've had a REM pod for so many years. It's never ever gone off. So for me, that's brilliant. I love it. I love it when equipment does not go off. So K2 I don't really use. I'll put that on like a locked off camera or something because I've got it on a stand and it's a sound one. So if it sets off, then it looks good on camera. I'm not saying it's paranormal. I'm not saying it's a ghost that's just gone past this little box and made it go woo, fucking flashy lights. That's not what I'm saying. Same with the spirit box. Same with the Alice box. Could you explain the other box that starts with A? The Alice box. The Alice box is like a word bank, really, word bank machine, and it relies on changes in the atmosphere, the air pressure, temperature, things like that. And it's said that spirits can pick words in a way and give you responses to what you're asking, the questions you're talking about, things like that. Really, that is always pretty basic, and I've had some amazing responses with that. But you always take what you hear with a bit of salt. But when it answers your question, you have to think about it. Exactly. When I'm asking something, I'll give you an example. The other day, I was with Mark and we went to the Hellfire Caves, and we were in the banqueting hall in the middle. So those of you that know about Hellfire Caves, the middle part is where Suki, the young girl, sadly lost her life when she was lured down there to wear a wedding dress by some local boys, and she thought she was meeting the love of her life and they were going to run away together. So she came down in a wedding dress like the note said that she was given, and when she realised that the boys were there, they were just laughing, taking the piss out of her, she picked up some gravel and stones and just threw them at the boys. They didn't like this, obviously, picked it up and they threw stones back. Well, one of them was a bit big and it hit her in the face and killed her. Mr. Kurt, how are you, sir? Hope you're good. Hope Wales is treating you well, mate. Yes, anyway, so obviously Suki died down there. It's very famous. And the Alice box, we were in a banqueting hall, we were investigating that area, and we had the Alice box out and we were asking questions about that particular part, Suki, and it comes through one word at a time, and it came through girl stone. So as you read it on the device, because it only gives you 2 words, it said stone girl. How the fuck can it do that? How? Stone girl, that's what happened. The girl was stoned. Fucking sorry. I'll argue with anyone about that. And that's not the first time I've had that either on the Alice box. It's pissing down with rain, mate. I'm sat in the van waiting to finish work. Oh no, that's not good, mate. Work finished soon though, so that's got to be a plus, I suppose. So yeah, I've also had other times I've used the Alice box. When I was at Craymond Island with Mark from West London Paranormal, we'd been camping overnight on the island, surrounded by water, and we were leaving about 5 a.m. and we were investigating like the first derelict building that you come to as you enter the island. And we were saying, oh, like we were here all night, we couldn't leave because obviously the water was in, the tide was in, we were stuck here, we were trapped on the island, we couldn't get off, and it come up with water rising, and it's just what the fuck? How does it do that? You know, there's no microphone on it. It's just a word bank device that changes from the atmospherics. So for me, the Alice box, fucking awesome. The first one is better than the second one. The first one is the times that I'm actually talking about now. Um, so yeah, I've had many other occasions with the Alice box that it's done things like that. So can't complain about that. So that's one I really use now. I do like the old fashioned Hack Shack spirit boxes, like the Radio Shacks that were hacked. I like the ones that you have to use AM. So you get a lot of radio bleed, but they're the ones that in between the stations, you get the whispers, you get the words, and that is what I'm talking about. Yes, you get bleed. Yes, you get frequencies. You get DJs talking. You get bits of music. Yes, you do. I understand that. I'm not silly. But it's the words and the whispers in between the stations is what I'm looking for. And sometimes you get them. Now, is it paranormal? I don't know. But it's definitely not supposed to be there. And the same with EVPs, voice recordings of spirits, of silence, of air. This is when you get the voices. This is what basically the same. Something in that. How could it know? Exactly. How could it know? It's Alice Box, absolutely amazing. I love it. But yeah, so for me, equipment, I enjoy it. Yeah, I've been on lots of teams. I've worked with Are You Haunted? I've worked with Hauntex TV, Ali and Sadie, who are more non-equipment based, and I don't mind working like that. I enjoy working with the guys on both teams. They're all brilliant, and it's an honor to work with them. Sometimes I do like use the equipment because it gets you a bit more hyped, you know. It's like, oh my god, it's at this, especially when it's answering your questions. Because when you're not using equipment, you're basically there with yourselves, listening for sounds, listening for taps, any movement, any voices, possibly do EVP recordings. Now, for me, that's great. That's more natural. That's what it would be like, say, if you were in a house and you just, or workplace, and you're locking up at night time when everyone's gone home. That is when you're going to get the voices, and that is why people investigate with no equipment, because it's like they are trying to recreate that. So that is what I'm on about. Good evening, Gemma. Hope you're good. Hope you're well. Big up Facebook. So I don't mind investigating like that, but because I used to investigate with all the equipment, loads of gadgets. I mean, like I said, I only use like 3 or 4 now. I used to use 10, 12 on investigation. Oh, it's crazy. Now I sort of know what is good to use and what not so much. If I use a locked off camera, I'll put gadgets out just so it looks good and it shows something on the camera. You know, there's nobody in that room, there's nobody in that corridor. Why is it going off? Why is that being triggered? That is, you know, that is why I use those bits of equipment. I've recently got a laser motion sensor. So when motion is captured, the laser lights up in infrared and red light. No, ultraviolet light and red light, plus an alarm will sound. So that is motion censored. I've never had that go off yet. In the 4 or 5 times I've used it all night, 4 or 5 times at a time, you know. I prefer not to use gadgets, to be honest. We only get them out for a guest event, event guests. Yeah, that's that's fine. Like I say, it depends what you're looking for. If I'm going to a location and it's a wow location, I would like to do both. I'd like to do certain areas with equipment. I'd like to do certain areas with nothing. So, like me and Mark in the Hellfire Caves last week, we were using equipment for, I'd say, the middle part. We started off using just ourselves. We had voice recorders everywhere, and we were filming. That's all we were doing, asking for bangs, asking for screams, etc. And we were getting them. Yeah, we weren't using equipment. I used my direct link on my lone vigil in the inner temple, and I also had the Alice box in the banqueting hall when we came together, sort of in the middle of the investigation. And then towards the end, we had nothing at all. So I like to use bits and bobs. I wouldn't want to do a whole location now with only equipment and gadgets. And I also wouldn't want to do a whole investigation at a location for like 4 or 5 hours with no equipment. I think for myself, for my videos, I want a bit of everything. And for me, is it about making a video? Is it about filming content? Or is it about talking to ghosts, trying to prove the existence of ghosts? I don't know anymore. I really don't know anymore. I want my stuff to go off, but it never does. It doesn't, Mark. Now, if I'm more interested in what the video looks like, but I'm not faking anything, is that for entertainment purposes only? Or am I still being real? Because just because I use equipment, just because I want my video to look a certain way, if I'm not throwing stuff and I'm not making fake noises with my feet or overlaying spirits or movement or sounds on my videos, then I can't be fake. But some people think if you use equipment, you're fake. And I don't think that's right. I don't think that's real. Now, am I saying equipment proves ghosts and spirits? No, I'm not. Again, that is another misconception that people are saying. Oh, you think your equipment goes off and it's a ghost. I don't think that. Trying to prove that there is stuff out there. Yeah. See, for me, like I said, I've been doing this 17 years. And I'll be honest, yeah, if I wasn't filming it, I wouldn't do it anymore. Good evening, Diane. Hope you're well. Thanks for joining. I wouldn't. I think the paranormal field is childish, toxic, sometimes pathetic. We have our groups of people, our cliques, people that we're friends with, and it's great. The community for me is amazing. But there are certain people that are not, and they stir shit up. And for me, my passion is not up here anymore for the paranormal. It's not. Would I love to do an investigation and we get real evidence? Obviously, 100%, I would do that. But for me, I don't know if it's still worth doing anymore. Well said, Miki. I've lost the passion for it a bit. I've lost the passion. I'm still doing it because of the locations, because of the people I work with, the people I know, the people I meet. Fucking brilliant. Sometimes it's worth trying everything and anything. If they start showing the same results, well, maybe there's something in it. Exactly. People know what technology is, and it's easy to explain what it is, how it works, etc. But the paranormal is still unknown and not yet confirmed in all areas. Exactly. We don't know the baseline for a spirit or a ghost. We don't know what causes a ghost. We don't know why EMF is said to be a ghost. It's very strange. Keep moving, mate. I will do, mate. I think. But like I said, it's the people that I work with, the people that I know, the people that I talk to daily. Like my daily life is basically social media, all the different platforms YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, not really Twitter or X anymore because no one talks to me on there because I don't pay any money. So my posts get like one view. So, it's not worth it anymore. But basically, 90% of my social interaction with all these platforms is paranormal related. It's crazy. So for me, if I didn't do it anymore, that's a massive part of me that will be gone and a massive part of me that will be missing. Now, would I still interact with the people? Yeah, because I could still do this podcast. I could still chat to people that I know, people in the field. It's just such a difficult thing. Nando, hope you're good, man. The paranormal field, unfortunately, is a space that should bring curiosity, discovery, and open-minded discussion. Instead, far too often it becomes overshadowed by negativity, egos, and division. 100%. Too many people focus on tearing others down rather than building the field up. Yeah. What should be a community driven by passion, research, and the pursuit of understanding the unknown is sometimes reduced to criticism, competition, and unnecessary drama. Exactly, and this is the problem. Why can't I go and use all the gadgets in the world as long as I don't fake them? What's the problem? What if Brian over there, he goes out and investigates? He doesn't use any equipment. He sits there in darkness, in silence, talks to walls all night. Why can't he do that? Why can't you mix and match both? Why can't you work with this person over here just because they don't like this person over this side? It's the clicks. It's the, I don't like them, so you're not allowed to talk to them. You shouldn't be working with them. I fucking hate it. I'm fucking done with it, I tell you. You want to keep on going, mate? I am, I think. Hi, Kim. Hope you're good. Thanks for joining. Every so often, the paranormal community hits the skids, and at present, it's pretty toxic. It's a shame. We're all looking for the same answers. We are, Diane, but people moan about how you get those answers. Are your answers real? Are your answers good enough? That's the problem. If I get answers a certain way and someone else doesn't like that, it means I'm fake, or vice versa. Well, it doesn't. It's just we just got different ways of getting there. I really don't understand why people are like this at the moment. It grinds my gears, I tell you. I love working with you, and you are real, and what you see is what you get. Exactly. I don't change. I'm a weirdo, whether you know me at work, whether you know me at home, or you know me on investigations. I do not change. I am the same person. So, I started doing this because of Most Haunted to see if I could find some ghosts. And I believe I have captured some over the years. I have seen many, I believe. Now, certain people would say that it's my mind playing tricks on me. There's certain things in my brain that makes me think I see a ghost or hear a ghost. I don't know. The main thing I capture is audio. And I'm happy with that. I've never captured a ghost on camera in the 18 years I've been doing it. So audio, I believe, is the best way to do it. Like at Hellfire Caves last week, I had 4 voice recorders out. Mark had a few out. So it is what it is. Like we trying to capture the voices, the moments in time, the slips. You say you're weirdo, though I don't believe you are. You are your own kind of normal, and we love it. Thank you, Kim. That's so nice of you. You know what I mean? Like I think I'm a weirdo, but in a good way, because I try and be positive and help people and be nice to them and try and support them, and it doesn't always come back. You don't really see it anymore at the moment. We can all learn from other people's techniques. It may not be for you, but remain open-minded. Exactly. I would never judge anybody and what they're doing, apart from a DR60. I had a DR60 for about a year. I used it many times on my videos. Now, does that make me fake? Was I misguided? Was I stupid? Was I trying it out? Now, most of the time, I never got any screams on my recorder. Now, lots of people do get the screams and go, oh my God, it's a ghost. No, Obviously, it's the internal workings. I bought it at a high price, and I sold it at an even higher price. So I was happy. I made my mind up. I wanted to see if I could get one, the holy grail of recorders, to see what it was like. So I did. I used it on many videos. Wasn't really impressed, so I got rid of it. But I'm fake because I had a DR60. In some people's eyes, I'm fake now because I had a DR60. So for those of you that don't know, it's an old Panasonic recorder from the 80s that quite soon after the first production was made, it was sold in shops, people were recording it, and they were hearing voices in the background. Because it's an internal microphone like the old tape, it would re-record over itself and it wouldn't clean it, it would leave little scratchy bits. So they were playing back over and over, and people were thinking it was a ghost, basically. We have both been told not to do that and not to work with them, but I know them people were so wrong. Yes, I was one of the people. Stay away from Miki. He's a horrible bastard. Well, I'm not, because I'm lovely. So, yeah. So it's genuine people, Miki, will always override the clicks. Miki, you do you, and try and push the negative away. We love what you do and love you being a weirdo. I should get that on my headstone when I die. Miki was a weirdo, but he was a lovely weirdo. No, you are, mate. You say how it is. I do sometimes because I've been wanting to do this video for fucking so long. You don't know how long I've been wanting to do this video. And when I do leave the paranormal, you fucking watch out because I will fucking lift the lid on everything I know. And I know a lot. So I forgot the ghost. Oh, thank you. I have GhostTube Vox on my phone. Oh, that's Amy and Jared and the Amy's Crypt thing. Sat in my kitchen one night and it said in prison and murdered. Oh, nice. See, I've used their GhostTube app recently at Houghton House, which is video out tomorrow, 8 p.m. on Mickey York Ghost Hunter channel. And I had it on for a few minutes because I've been watching a lot of Amy's Crypt lately, and I met them at the Halloween Hellfire Caves last October. Yeah, I was using that, and I had a few good words come through quite quickly. I think it was dark. I'm behind you. I'm following you. I'm close. And then they didn't give me nothing else. So I thought, okay, is that a ghost? I didn't say it's a ghost. I just said that's an interesting word. So it's just how you interpret it, really. Kenny Biddle has done a fab in-depth research into he has, yeah. One for a t-shirt. Well, I'm a weirdo, but I'm a lovely weirdo. You know too much. People need to be afraid. I'm not. That's not a threat to anybody, obviously. But you know, sometimes people can be pushed too far. But you know, am I still a believer though? Am I still a believer in the paranormal? I've always said the TV shows that I was on, all the other events I did, I was always a believer. I'm not. I used to be 100% believer. Now I would say I'm 70%. And in the last, I would say year, I think 2025, my view of the paranormal really dropped, really changed. The activity I was getting was not what it used to be. Now, whether somebody from up there has been telling the ghosts not to come out and talk, I don't know. It wasn't as active, and I went to some amazing places last year. So it wasn't nothing to do with that. But I don't know. I'd say I'm 70% believer now, and for me that is major because I've always been 100%. Yep, ghosts. I've been touched. I've seen them. I've heard them. You know, bang on the money, 100%. But not so much anymore. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why. I just think that maybe something's happened in the spirit world, if there is a spirit world, and for it to change. And I don't know. So other teams and people, they're getting loads of evidence every week. And that's without equipment. Imagine that. Teams going out, investigating for a couple of hours, and they're getting loads of activity, loads of sounds, voices, bangs. I'm not even getting that with equipment that I use. So, weigh that up. I think they're fed up with us. I think they are dying. I think the paranormal has never been as popular. There's so many teams out there doing events, doing small events, which is great. I'm not abusing that at all. I'm not bringing that down. But it's been there at the right time, Miki, do you think? Yes, I would say the paranormal for me, I peaked in 2013. And then I think COVID really brought a halt to everything. Now, obviously, you couldn't go out investigating, apart from the naughty people that did. But maybe that's it. Maybe something happened. Maybe there was too many people crossing over, if you believe in that. Too many people dying, turn into spirit because of the COVID. Who knows? Maybe it was overcrowded. Maybe that's why the initial point after 2020, everybody was haunted. There was ghosts everywhere because there was too many. I don't know. But do you think if you go to a place and you're not really believing in it, it kind of puts up a barrier or something? I do, yeah, 100%. I think that's the same when you work with people as well. Certain people, you just like, oh, really? I think it's all about the mindset. If you're up for it, doesn't have to be an active night, and you can still be happy. Come away pleased. Definitely, COVID messed lots up. It did, Trace, Diane. It wasn't good. The people who are different to others always get crap, but because there are words put into devices, doesn't mean the paranormal doesn't exist. People struggle with the not normal. Yeah, because obviously people think that certain devices are rubbish because how can a spirit use a box with circuits in to pick words? We don't know. We don't know what spirits are. We don't know what ghosts are. If you believe Richard Felix, a ghost is a recording in time that in the right conditions replays, like the stone tape theory, etc. A spirit is intelligent, it interacts with you. But, someone brings out a new bit of equipment. How does a ghost know? How does a spirit, I should say, how does a spirit know how to use it when the person that's bought it probably doesn't even know? Because a lot of people don't know how to use their equipment. With equipment, you need to know why it goes wrong, how it goes wrong, and what happens when it goes wrong, when it malfunctions, when the batteries are running low. And before then, you shouldn't be using it because you make yourself look like a tit. So, like the amount of loss from COVID, open the doors to spirits to move on. Yeah, I think it definitely ruined a lot of things on that level, that plane. But I think the pressure for YouTube, especially and the paranormal field, is people watch these big YouTube accounts, big social media accounts, and they see the activity they're getting. They're running around, they're screaming, things are being thrown. People's REM pods are going off, and they're going, ah, oh my God. And then people go on do their own investigations, or they watch other people's YouTube videos and think, well, this is boring. Nothing's really happening. Or they go to people's events, these event companies that host great nights all over the country every couple of days throughout the week. And they're expecting this sort of stuff, and it's not happening. They're like, well, I saw it on YouTube. Well, no, it doesn't happen like that. And I think social media, especially for big channels, puts a lot of pressure on normal people like myself, events companies, to provide evidence and provide, wow, it's not going to happen. Clever editing too, exactly. Like Beardo always goes on about masking and people making their videos, especially on TikTok. People on TikTok believe anything. Oh my God, I could throw this cup and do a little bit of editing, and they'll be like, "Wow, your bedroom's haunted." It's like, no, because my opinion of TikTok, yeah, I joined TikTok during COVID. It used to be called Musically, which was a lip syncing app that my children were on. And then COVID happened and they changed the name to TikTok. And the adults were bored at home on furlough and they decided to do stupid videos. And then you get the new trends and new challenges. I did them all, you know. Um, and then people started putting paranormal on there. And it's like, wow. But people would start creating paranormal teams and putting them on TikTok. And the TikTok audience is not the same audience as, say, the TV audience. It's not the same audience as YouTube. You know, I do paranormal videos for YouTube and then I put clips onto TikTok. I don't create TikTok paranormal. And if you know what I mean, like, you understand, there's a difference. I use TikTok to put stuff on, but I don't use it for paranormal. I think. Yeah, that's what I mean. But I think, yeah, TikTok for me, it's great for watching clips, um, but not for paranormal. So many people leave stupid comments on TikTok videos, and there's just no brain up there. There's just nothing. It's just like bungalow. So, um, but yeah, the paranormal for me is definitely, you have to enjoy it because you're driving, say, 4 or 5 hours round trip minimum a lot of the time, long nights, not seeing friends or family because you're tired, you're out investigating, you come home at stupid o'clock in the morning, like 4 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 6 a.m. Then you have a few hours sleep, and then the rest of the day you're tired, you're no good to anybody, you're missing out on stuff on the next day, or you're going to work and you're tired, you're not functioning right, you're not doing your job properly. Plus, obviously, the cost of petrol that's just gone shot up. So, forget investigations for a while. You're gonna have to pay £2.50 a litre of petrol soon, I reckon. Um, Dead bells annoy me. Why would you put electronics on a perfectly acceptable trigger object? I have a normal little £5 bell that you go ding, that used to be on reception desks in hotels. I've got one of them. I've seen many videos on the dead bell, and it randomly goes off, and sometimes it goes off after so many minutes at a certain time on a regular basis. So for me, sorry, I'm really talking a lot. For me, the dead bell is not the one. Um, Diane, I'm pleased to say I don't use TikTok. You could do the dances. You could do all them, Diane. You missed out on them. A real investigation is standing in the dark talking to a wall like a nutter. Always told customers that when I did events. Exactly. Nothing is guaranteed in the paranormal. Nothing is there unless you're very, very lucky. Munin, how are you? Thank you for joining us this evening. Is the understanding of the paranormal now worse in the last 15 years? I would say it's more, what's the word? Washed out, thinned out. Before, it was like a hardcore group of people, certain people. You knew all the teams that did YouTube, that did events, that did paranormal TV back in the day. Everybody was trying to get a paranormal show on telly for Channel 5, for Really, for Discovery, Channel W. Everyone was doing it. Everybody knew everybody. But now I couldn't. There's people that I see online that just pop up, and they've got shitloads of followers, loads of views on their YouTube channels, so many more subscribers than me. And it's like, oh my God, you've been doing this like a month. What is your secret? I've been doing this 18 years. I've been on a couple of TV shows. I've done events over the years. I've worked with some great teams. I used to do regular events for Really TV on their lives every Halloween. And I'm getting nowhere, really. I'm really thankful for all my subscribers and followers and people that watch my videos. You guys are awesome and I love you. But then you got Bill and Ben down the road that act fucking idiots, and they're getting millions of views. They're getting thousands of views. And it's like, wow, what's going on? And that's what's wrong. That is why, yes, the understanding is worse now than it was 15 years ago. 100%. Thank you for your question. I best buddy start painting like that. I am like a dog at the moment, Jacob. Thank you. Gayla, hello, welcome. Thanks for joining this evening. It's like people don't want real anymore. They just want over-exaggerated drama. Now, I agree with that. Is that a bad thing, though? Like, yes, from my point of view, it is. But for when I watched Most Haunted, I believed it at first for many years. I bought all the DVDs. I used to sit there watching it with my family. I loved it. I used to write little reports on my computer of every episode, what happened, how many orbs were seen, things like that. I was obsessed with Most Haunted. And until I started doing it, if I never took that step to go in that cemetery one night with a Ouija board, don't ask, to see what it was like for myself, I don't know if I would have carried on. Well, I wouldn't have started, would I? But what I mean was, I don't know if I would have thought, oh, Most Haunted's fake. Because until you do it, then it's a different story, I think. Like, I'm only bothered by teams that fake it all because I do it. If I didn't do it, I don't care. It's like other hobbies that people have. Like, some people say, oh, they're doing this, that's wrong, they shouldn't be doing that. I don't care. It doesn't bother me because I'm not involved in it, So, because you're real, thank you, Mark. UK Haunted is one of the first channel I watched back in the day. Oh, thank you. Yeah, UK Haunted was at one point was massive. We had world records for ghost hunting. We had a TV show. We were working with Really for 3 years doing their lives. With one of our lives from the Ancient Ram Inn, The Nightmare After Christmas, we got nearly 1 million views on that. And to this day, it's still the biggest ever watched TV stuff, social, whatever, that really have ever produced. It beat Ghost Adventures, it beat Most Haunted at East Drive. So, again, something I'm very, very proud of. And UK Haunted was massive back in the day. It was huge. Like, all our subscribers and our followers and that on all the platforms was massive. No, I'm not saying that to show off, because now I have nothing. So, it is what it is. And UK Haunted is no more because I was kicked off. But that's another story. But yeah. Yes, Diane, the lines are blurred between fake and reality. They are. And if people aren't doing it, they don't care. Like I said, is that bad of them? They don't care. Like you say to someone, oh, that's fake. Yeah, but it's exciting to watch. I'll watch that. I'm not watching your stuff because your stuff's boring. Nothing really happens. And I get that. I've learned that now. This is where I am. So I think most when it was genuine in its very early days. It was, Elliot, I think. Then they got fame hungry and then started fakery. Yes, definitely. I agree, Mickey. Teams pre-COVID were so much better. Yeah, I couldn't tell you half the teams that are out now. I know there's a few. I'll watch some of their content now and again because, if they've gone to a location that I've gone to or I'm going to, I'll search up that location on YouTube and I watch that just to see what it's like. And then I'll go there, film, and then I'll make my video. And then I'll come back and I'll watch their video again. Like before I went septimatic last year for the first time, I watched Paranormal Lockdown with Nick and Katrina just to see what it was like. Because I knew they'd done it. I knew it was a great episode. And it was just them. So you got to see the whole prison and I loved it. Then I obviously went there the next day and filmed myself. And it was good. And I enjoyed it. And I thought, oh yeah, that's where that happened. And, So for me, I do watch certain YouTubers, whether I like them or not, whether I believe them or not. Sometimes I have my opinion. I don't always air my opinion because, like we say, we're not here to abuse people or upset people or make something out of a good situation, make it bad. I don't want to do that. And it's not something that I'm interested in because I just don't give a shit. I really don't care anymore. But yeah, people spend a lot of money doing this. People that run events companies and work for events companies, sometimes they only get their petrol paid. Sometimes they don't even get their petrol paid. So they're driving 3 or 4 hours, like I said at a time, to go help the events company host a night for the guests. I mean, they probably get free drink and food there, but you know, I love Shepton. We've always had something strange occur there. Yes, Diane. Second favourite place for me. I've only ever been there once. And I'm going there again in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 2 weeks. 2 weeks, Mark, I think. Hopefully. Gala, I've seen a few that are here in the US. They poured it on so much I quit watching. Is it Colin from Paranormal Files? Sam and Colby? I like exploring with Josh. You know, I think his intentions are good. He just gets swayed sometimes by who he's working with at the time. Kalani used to do it. I like Kalani. It doesn't really ghost hunt anymore, just as food. But he's a great guy by the looks of it. Twin Paranormal, they actually followed me the other week, and I thought, okay, you don't know who I am, I'm sure. The noise and negativity can be loud, Miki, and understand the cost and time is a lot. Spirits in you will never go. But just know your followers appreciate and enjoy what you do. Thank you, Tracy. That's really nice. I appreciate that. Yes, we are going. Yay. Time to take my couple of bits of equipment that I want to use because it makes me happy, not because it's a ghost using them. There you go. I should write that down. But all my videos now are coming out with a new thing on the front of the episode before it starts. So you have to watch out for that. And if people watch this on catch up and then watch my video tomorrow, let me know on that video or the comments on this video if you saw it and what you think of it, because I'm just going to do it now. I don't care. This is the new Miki. This is the free Miki. So watch out, guys. So yeah, is it still fun for me? It is fun if I want to do what I want to do and don't care about, oh, you're using equipment, you're fake. So there we go. It is fun if I can do what I want and I enjoy myself. I have enjoyed myself for the last 3 investigations this year, or the only 3 this year. So after my 4-month break, make sure you go to the room of the guard tower. Mark, you know where that is. I don't know where that is. We went to a couple of good places there last year. It was really good. The fact you could walk along, I think B Wing, we weren't in B Wing, but we walked through it and there was no one investigating there all night. Wow. Amazing. The fact that the Krays were there at one point, and I had a good bit. Yeah, this is the thing. I had my Alice box on the top floor where they do the escape rooms. Yeah, I was on the top, and I had my Alice box, and I was saying, what happens if I come too close to the edge? What will happen to me if I fall? Something like that. And it came through within 2-3 seconds. It said, I'm sure it said kill. I think kill. I don't think it said died. I think it said kill. And it's like, that makes me happy. Like, is it a coincidence? It might be. But the coincidence is on the money sometimes. Is it a ghost doing it? I don't know. I don't know how it does it. So, but that makes me happy when I get answers to questions that I'm asking and they're relevant. Make sure you go to the top floor of the guard tower. Okay. Oh, was that room? That room was 100. Oh, that was fucking awful, Diane. Wow. We went in July and it was like 50 degrees up there. We were standing there like this because it was so hot and sweaty. It was crazy. I've never been so hot in my life in a room. But a lot of people tell me that Septum Mallet is cold a lot of the time. So we must have been lucky. But then again, we did have the hottest summer ever on record. So, but yeah, the journey's still there for me. At the moment, I think the positives outweigh the negatives for me because I've got all this equipment sitting here, all these thousands of pounds of camera equipment. I can't get rid of them in case I want to start again. And then I'm like, oh, I haven't got anything. And I'll be poor and I won't have anything. So I'll have to start again. But yeah, the journey, as long as I don't care what people think anymore, I am not going to follow what people want me to provide filming wise. Oh, you shouldn't use that equipment. You shouldn't. Fuck off. I will use what I want to use. If it makes me happy and I'm not faking it, I don't care. I'm going to put it in my video and that makes me happy. If you want to watch it, that's fine. You will get my lovely, cheery self, but I'm not going to say sorry anymore for investigating how I want to investigate. I've been doing this 18 years and I think I've earned the right to investigate how I want to investigate. And that is it. Job done. I think that's how you should be. Not just me, anybody. Anybody that's starting out next week for their first investigation. Investigate how you want to. If you enjoy using no equipment, good. If you enjoy only using a spirit box, well done. Enjoy it. If it makes you happy, what's the problem? This is what I can't understand people judging. You can't use that. Can't use this. You can. As long as you're not going out there saying, oh, I captured a ghost because my spirit box said Brian and I'm standing next to a grave of Brian. It's a good coincidence. Is it paranormal? I don't know. I really don't know. But it looks good. So for me, that would make me happy. You know. Too right. Do it for yourself, not others. Thank you, Diane. Yes. That is how I'm going. That is what I'm going to do. If I'm going to stay in this field, and I think I should stay in this field, I'm going to do what I want, when I want, with who I want, and how I want. Yes, I think that's right. Just do you and fuck everyone. Sorry, everyone. You tell them, Mickey. I will, Tracy. Doing it your own way makes it more original, unique, and more interesting viewing. Yes, I think you will see the episodes that I've had out, the Dole Forest, Houghton House tomorrow, and Hellfire Caves, which is coming up in about 2-3 weeks when I've edited it. I haven't started yet. I'll probably start tomorrow. You will see a difference in how I am while investigating. And I think for me, I had burnout from all them years of trying to perform to certain levels, to follow what you should do at the times when people were investigating. Excuse me. And I just don't care anymore. And I think I'm looking forward to it. This is going to be fun. So this is the attitude we should have in everything. Be yourself. Yes, Gayla. Come on. We can all do it. We can all be. Bah. Come and watch my videos and you'll see happy Miki. But yeah, obviously the community, that's why I'm doing it, because you guys that are watching, you guys that comment, my members that just share my videos, give me a like on anything. This is why we do it. The community, the interaction back and forth. This is what we do. This is why the paranormal is good sometimes, because of the people involved in it. You know, I'm more relaxed now. I think I am, Mark. The break did me good. The 4 months did me good. And I worked with you probably at least 5 times last year on events, private investigations, team investigations. So you would know. But obviously, yeah, the community is what I do this for. Genuine people will always be, and the clicks will fade out. You go, Mickey. And we love gays. We do, Diane, we do. Trying to measure up to what others want is exhausting. It's annoying. I'm done with that now. Like I said, the community, the history of the locations. How could I give up going to some of these amazing places? This is it. The community of the interaction. I've been there. What did you experience? And you get I can speak to a random person at an event and they say, oh, have you been to such and such? Oh yeah, I've been there. Oh, have you? What's it like? And then you start chatting. You could chat for hours about the paranormal. It's an amazing subject. It's a bit like football or a sport that you like, So the community, history of locations, some amazing places I've been to over the years that I would never in my lifetime have thought I would ever go to if I didn't do the paranormal. So, hi Matt, hope you're good. Thanks for joining, mate. You know, it's the places we go to. It's like wow. Like sometimes in the past at my jobs, previous jobs, and I've been out and I don't know where would it be. I don't know, some castle or something. And you go to work the next day and you on tea break or something. He said, "Oh, what did you do last night?" "Oh, I was just like watching Emmerdale or something like that." You're like, "Oh, I got in at 4 a.m. this morning. I was investigating a castle that's like 900 years old." No, it's a no-brainer, isn't it? Really, it's like fucking hell, wow. So, um, no more farting in cells, though. Yes, Mark, you have to stop that and filming it as well. It's disgusting. Carly, hello. Thanks for joining. The paranormal is always worth investigating. It is if you enjoy it. It's not if you don't enjoy it anymore. What you could potentially capture or get or experience is amazing. It's obviously a different world, another level. So yes, it is always worth investigating. But the fact that the evidence when you're making your videos, if you film it, obviously a lot of people don't film their investigations, and that's fair enough. I like to investigate because I like to have memories and see what happened there. And sometimes now and again, I go watch another episode back that I did years ago, and I really think that was a good episode. That's good. That was a good night. That but the time it takes to edit, it's crazy. It's like 10 hours to do a 5-hour video footage and then get it down to like 45 to an hour. It's sometimes it is annoying. So people that release a video every week either don't work or they're only at a location for like an hour, 2 hours at most, with one camera, because there's no way you can get all that footage done and do a full-time job and be a family person or a parent or go out with friends or something. You just can't. The time is just not there. Yeah, I agree. I get about a bit history, mix of a bit of spooky. Exactly. People love to talk about it. They do. You can talk to anybody in a random pub. "Oh, you ever seen a ghost?" And they'll either laugh at you, kick you out, or they'll have so many stories to tell you. And that is the community side that I love. When people talk about ghosts and stuff, I will only talk to them if they bring up the subject. I will never ever tell anyone I first meet that I don't know what I do, because I've been laughed at so many times over the years. So, but yeah. So guys, we're coming nearly to the end of the show. Thank you so much for joining me. It's been awesome. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. Everyone has a ghost story, even if they don't believe it. Exactly. And then the more they tell it, they think, "Well, maybe I have this story as well, and this story." And it's like, "Oh my God, I saw loads of ghosts." Is it still worth it for me? Am I still going to carry on investigating the paranormal? Yes, I am. There you go. Got there in the end. At the moment, yes, because as I said, I'm going to change how I investigate and just enjoy it. If I don't enjoy it, then I'll stop. And if I don't enjoy it, it means I'm doing something wrong, or it's just getting too toxic again. So, whoop whoop. Thank you, Diane. Yay. The French speaking on the PSP 11 at the castle you visited long ago was one of the best captures. Wow. Where was that? Was that Nottingham Castle? Is that when we kept telling the ghost spirit to turn the PSP 11 spirit box off, and it turned it off within like a minute? Is that time? Trying to think. That's a lot of years of investigating at castles. I don't remember what we used at every place. Was that Fotheringay Castle by any chance? We were asking for somebody. We were talking about the French people that were there on the land. We asked them to say like something French or bonjour, and then it went bonjour on the spirit box. How do you explain that? English speaking, yes, potentially they could talk about the French accent, the French language on a radio station at night. Would they though? What are the chances of it coming through only once at that precise time when I basically said bonjour? It said bonjour. How do you explain that? Is that paranormal? Is that fake? I think that's the time. I think that's Fotheringay. Yeah, Mary Queen of Scots, where she was beheaded. You're amazing, mate. Never changed. Thank you, Mark. It was the castle that housed the French Queen. Oh, French Queen, definitely Mary Queen of Scots. She wasn't French though, but I mean, it may be another. I don't know. I've been to many castles in Wales, Scotland. I'm not too sure. Like I say, it's a long time ago. But yeah, has the paranormal changed? I don't think it has, but maybe I have. And I think that's all that matters. As long as I change, I'm happy. I'm okay with that. I think we're good people. But yes, guys, I'm going to wrap it there. Thank you so much, all you lovely, lovely, lovely live viewers. Well, we've got some more questions coming up. When you talk to new people about ghosts, you may get given access to an uninvestigated locations. Yes, they say, oh, our cellar's active and no one's ever been there. Do you want to have a look? Yes, please. So it's good to talk, as you never know what fruits the conversation will bear. Exactly. We know what Mickey's doing after this. Finding that episode. I can't. All the UK haunted episodes have vanished from YouTube. Somebody took them all down. So all them years of amazing locations, the lives with really, TV stuff, all gone. Now they may be on private, I don't know, but you can't access them. It says 0 videos, so I can't find them. I need you to keep going, as I can't see the countryside, castles, mansions, and such we don't have here. Exactly, Gayla. I will not let you down. And I'll show you cemeteries as well on Sundays at 8 p.m. Cemetery walks with Miki. There you go. We've got an amazing one coming up this week, Gayla. I am in Dublin, and you will see 800-year-old mummies. Yes, underground. Exactly. Same with another team I had close links with. Oh, they did the same. Yeah, people get petty. Just leave the videos on there, Yeah, cemetery walks indeed. Woo! That person is stupid then. Yeah, like I said, I don't know the situation. I personally would have put them all on private. I would never have got rid of them. I edited majority of those videos on there, and now I can't see them. But I have downloaded a lot of the good ones onto my software, hardware, whatever it's called. So I technically have got some of the good ones, but there's been some amazing ones there that are not there anymore. But hey ho. But yes, guys, 8 p.m. tomorrow on Mickey York Ghost Hunter channel, YouTube, Houghton House with Mark, my good friend Mark, who's on the chat tonight. We investigate Houghton House in the dark, in the wind. Did anything happen? You have to find out tomorrow at 8 p.m. And don't forget to look at the beginning of the episode. Mickey, we viewers will never leave you and will support you always. Look forward to all you do. Love seeing page go. Thank you so much, Tracy. That means a lot, especially from Australia. Who knows? One day we'll do an Australian trip and we'll fly out to Australia and investigate there. But yes, guys, going to wrap that there. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. Please like this video, comment if you can on the main video. Obviously, I really appreciate the comments in the chat, but if you could do it after this is finished going live, that would be awesome. Just to get the algorithm up, like it, share it, whatever helps. Hype it. That's a new thing, isn't it? Hype. Thank you for joining me this evening. Money, it's been a pleasure. And I didn't realize you were a big follower back in the day of UK Haunted. Thank you so much. Okay, cool. Looking forward to it. Bye all. Try Lauren the Mortician. Mortician? I will do. Thank you. Woohoo. Keep up the good work. Cheers, Diane. Thank you so much. Hit the like button. Smash the thumbs up. So yes, guys, thank you. As I said, I'll see you. I have a couple of new guests coming on the show, this podcast, in March, April time. So please, I don't do this show every week because I can get lots of guests on, but I like guests that interest me. I mean, that's a bit selfish, but it is my show. So, yeah. Yes, he's good getting that. But yes, they're not every week, but they are at least once a month, every couple of weeks, hopefully, coming up. We've got a few more guests coming, so we should be good. Bye, Miki. Thank you. Cheers, Tracy. Thank you, Diane. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow at 8 p.m. I think it's a premiere, so see you later, guys. Thank you. End the stream. See you later.